Hello, everyone. It's Dr. Nirav Pandya. We just received news that James Wiseman has basically been shut down due to swelling in his knee. Here's a quick breakdown of what this may mean, what are the potential possibilities, and what do we look for moving forward. Now, the first thing is number one, I feel bad for James Wiseman. This is an athlete who underwent a meniscus repair surgery in April, had another procedure in December, and was slowly making his way back to the court. So I can totally understand the emotional impact this can have on him, as well as confidence in his knee moving forward. What could potentially cause swelling in a knee after it's had surgery, particularly at this time point? Well, I think the first thing that's important to understand is the swelling coming from within the joint in terms of meniscus, cartilage, or ligaments, or it's coming from outside of the joint. Is this a muscle or tendon issue? If it's a muscle or tendon issue, we typically are not as concerned. That simply may be due to poor mechanics or due to overload in the joint itself, meaning the muscles and tendons are overworking. If it isn't an extra-articular cause of knee swelling, then you worry about intra-articular causes. Is there something going on inside the knee? And the key differentiating point is number one, is this due to a new injury? Was there a twist or a misstep? Or is it simply the knee responding to accumulated load? Now, that's a key thing that we're going to find out over the next couple of days as more information is given to us about potentially what the cause of the knee swelling was. If it's due to accumulated load, then you have to worry about number one, is there something going on with the structures inside the knee? Has the meniscus, which has been repaired, have a new tear in that area, or is the repair not strong enough to take the load that James Wiseman's exerting across his knee? Number two, could there be some degree of cartilage damage in the knee? Because whenever you repair a meniscus, the cartilage above and below the knee does experience more stress, and there could be potentially some cartilage issues there. Number three, there could be scar tissue there. And I know he did have a secondary procedure in December, but sometimes scar tissue can build back up again. And that may be another structural issue as to what may be causing knee swelling. The other thing that can sometimes happen as well, too, is if there is just simply a lot of load going across the knee, the meniscus may be actually structurally well, there's no cartilage issues, there's no scar tissue. Sometimes the knee joint itself can be very sensitive. So as an athlete is beginning to ramp up their activity level, the knee joint itself may get aggravated and inflamed in the absence of other stress. So the key thing with that is sometimes you have to decrease the amount of load that the knee is experiencing and do a slower progression of activity. The key thing is number one, figuring out where that difficulty is in terms of the knee joint and what is causing the swelling, and then addressing that. Could this potentially need another surgery? If there is a structural issue, sometimes that can be done. If it's simply due to the fact the knee is experiencing more load, sometimes it's just simply lowering down the amount of activity that an athlete may be doing. If there's no identifiable surgical cause, then sometimes it is simply just rest and rehab, sometimes even injections of various materials to help the knee joint basically get down to a less inflamed state. The key thing is figuring out what may be going on and hoping that you can get the knee swelling under control and hopefully avoid another surgery for an athlete who can get back to play. But now with this being another episode of knee swelling, a cautious conservative approach is necessary to hopefully ensure that James Wiseman can potentially be on the court, potentially later this season, or maybe next year based on what's found in terms of the cause of his knee swelling. Thank you.